Hello, beautiful family. Welcome in. Happy Monday. I wanted to share a story with you guys as I go home. And that's I played basketball for the first time today since I had a tumor in my body for months and months and months and months. Yesterday was such a life-changing day to even have the ability to go and buy a new basketball in dedication in a initiation for myself, remembering that I am whole, remembering that I am so worth being able to move my body. It was such a beautiful experience today. It I remember months and months ago where I felt this tumor in my hand. Okay, it was literally bigger than the size of about a medium avocado. It was really big, and it was my right testicle. And when you have something so big pulling on your nerves, on your lower back, on your kidneys, you aren't really able to do very much. I felt sick. I felt like shit, bro. Because your energy's being drained. You're asking all these questions. Oh my God, am I gonna be able to have kids? Is this gonna happen to my other one? Is this gonna spread? What can I do? Like all of these questions that were brought to my attention because your life can change so fast in literally a split second. When I had realized that this was something to take care of, I I had to do something. And so I chose to take the most holistic routes that I could and do the best that I could for myself with what I knew. And I began slowly and surely recognizing that I had to give up. I had to surrender something because it was to the point where it was uncomfortable to be with my wife. It was uncomfortable to walk around the house. Some days I would just be on my bed all day, not able to do anything. And my wife had told me this one day, Julian, what are you gonna do? What's your decision? And that's when it really hit me that I would give up my right testicle. And it was scary to know that now it was time to prepare for surgery, getting all these calls to prepare me, getting these tests, blood drawn out, all of this to prepare me for a time um, of removal. And I remember my mom dropping me off early, early in the rising, leaving all my stuff in her bag, and her wishing me well, hugging me so tightly, holding faith that God has a bigger plan for me. And as I was going through the hospital lobby, and I was in that wheelchair that they put you in and push you to the next room, I was getting undressed and into my surgery gown, and just taking time and recognizing, like, holy fuck, this is really happening. Getting a IV put into my system, and then I remember going to the operating room, and there, um, they they let me know what they were gonna do, and I said okay. And before I knew it, I had this painful feeling in my right arm. it was hurting so badly. And I remember them putting like a little mask over my mouth, and it was the anesthesia. And to, I slowly started to fall asleep. And before I knew it, I was groggy, waking up on another bed with the recovery nurse. And he was saying, Julian, Julian. And it was so painful to wake up. I was like, oh my God, my body knew that there was something different. My body instantly knew that something had changed. And it was, well, I had one less testicle. And it was so painful to move around, to get up. And I immediately asked for medication, for some opioid something, because even just being, as I got walked out to my mom, I was crying because I knew that my life would change for forever. And I sat in that car and did my best not to just dwell and sit in a pool of tears, but to remember that everything was still working out for me, even though it really seemed like it wasn't. I knew that in time I would be able to play again, to move my body again. I knew that that moment of discomfort and extreme pain would result in a lifetime of relief and of gain. And I've held onto that because when you're in those darkest moments, like, what else do you have but your faith? What really else do you have but trusting that God's going to provide the blessings that you're looking for? And I soon began to get better and better and better every single day. I had um, my grandparents call me, check on me, see how I was doing, and I loved being able to track my growth and watch myself become a better and newer person every single day, and how exciting it was to finally be another step closer, another step closer, another step closer to running again, another step closer to jumping again, another step closer to playing basketball again. I remembered that it wasn't that long ago that I dreamed and wished that I could just play basketball once again, that I could just have this opportunity to play, to be with my friends, to be able to walk around and run around comfortably. And let me tell you what happens when you hold faith and you see the bigger vision. God provides always. Trust. Trust that God provides always, and you will be rewarded through your faith. And as I began to grow stronger and stronger and stronger, I finally came to a point where it was game day for me. So I went to Walmart, and there was this Ironman bike race going on, and I could not get to the Walmart to get my basketball. Then this was yesterday, and I tried so hard for an hour trying to get to this part of town, but I just couldn't. I just couldn't get to this part of town, but everything in my gut, everything in me was telling me, like, there's I I have to get here. There's no way I'm going to give up this opportunity to get this basketball today. There's no fucking way I'm giving up now. No. And after hours and hours of struggle and strife, I finally let go. And it led me to finding another Walmart where I finally found that perfect basketball, and I was so excited to know that literally in hours, in just merely an hour, I would be able to finally play basketball after not even being capable of playing it a few weeks ago. And all those months and months and months of not being able to play, I finally found that basketball, and I remembered that visualization of feeling the feel of the basketball, of feeling the ball dribbling, of making those half court shots, of making those 2 pointers, 3 pointers, 1 pointers. And it was the most special feeling to drive to the park yesterday that I've been visualizing myself at for so long, and I was so giddy. I was so excited. And I I got the basketball out of the case, out of the little package, and I walked towards the court, knowing what was next. And as I finally stood there in deep appreciation, knowing that I am here, it was such a beautiful, profound moment. And I decided to shoot. I dribbled that ball, and I played for a good minute, and I was so excited. It's one of the simplest things too, like playing basketball. But when it's taken away from you, and that's all you desire to do, it means more to you than to anybody. And I made those shots, and I called my wife. I video called her with the basketball in my hand, because she didn't know that today was the day, or yesterday was the day. And she was so happy to watch me finally play after all these months of pain and struggle. And here I am, able to tell you the story, telling you that today I decided to change my rising routine forever and go out and play basketball, go out and play with my friends, go out and do what I had only dreamed of not that long ago. And it's a reminder to appreciate everything that you have deeply, deeply before you lose it, before it's gone. Because all things change. It's inevitable. All things change. Things eventually die and become anew. They perish. They form. Seasons change. Hold the faith to yourself. Hold the faith to who you are, even in those moments where you feel like nothing's possible anymore, where you feel like you can't have this or that. Visualize what it is that you want. Appreciate what it is that you have, and hold faith that it is here in its own due season. If it be long, wait, for it is sure and it will not be late. I love you, family. God bless you all. My name is Julian Cadiente. I am a mindset mastery coach. I teach people how to embrace peace, faith, and freedom through their mind, through mastering themselves, and through living water and teaching people how to be like water. I love you, family. I'm doing my best to share every single day here on Wisdom. And I'm also sharing on my Instagram under the same name, God Experiencing Julian, and on TikTok on God Experiencing Julian. I love you, family. God bless you all. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And so it is.